significantly better, and League is it's just a better game when you're having fun, hands down.
Exactly.
All
No matter how I do on
right.
this champ, I have fun.
Let's see here. So you want to look at which one of these? Just pick one. I don't care.
The first one.
First one, 9 and 4. All right, let's take a look here. It's always fun to sometimes like look over games where you did well, because despite like doing well, it's funny how often, even for myself, I do this. I'll go back and watch like the VODs of the games where I like did well, and when I go back and look, I'm like, wow, I'm missing so many things despite the fact that like I performed well. All right. Let's see
If you don't
here.
mind, I wanna recap what we did last time. Last time we talked tilt, committing to things,
Mm-hmm.
plan, and I forget what the third one was.
Yep. I mean, judging from the conversation already, it already sounds like you're having an easier time with like not tilting. You sound pretty positive, pretty happy. So that's
Could
good.
be. I figured out the issue. It wasn't tilt. It's worse, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well,
it's
we don't have
that's
to get
that's a
into
whole
it.
different topic.
We don't have to get into it. That's fine.
No, we
All right.
don't. We don't.
So, all right, let's do some of this and then let's pause it. So, one of the things we talked about is having a plan, right? So, talk me through what your plan was this game.
Okay, my plan number one. I saw that we had no front line, so I need to build tanky this game.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to test out Heartsteel,
Okay.
so this was about to be my test game
Okay.
in ranked. So I saw I was against the Tryndamere. I haven't played against Trynd for a while, but if I remember correctly, I can stun him through his ulti.
Yeah.
In lane, he can't be too aggressive because if he's aggressive, he's pushing the wave, and that means I get free farm.
Okay.
If he starts pushing too fast, I want Titanic Hydra.
Okay.
But it's not super hard to buy because I still buy health items early right now. So I can split my focus in case I need
Got
to.
it.
But that's the plan. I want Heartsteel to just survive. I want to survive lane. I don't want to be too aggro with him because I don't know the matchup. I just want to
Yeah.
test the waters.
Yeah, testing the waters I completely agree with. The other big thing here is like when you look at like I always like to talk about like champion identity, right? So like something that's really nice here is you have TP, which means you can join any team fight late game. He does
Yep.
not, and you also took Ghost, which I think is really intelligent because Tryndamere takes Ghost, and if you don't take Ghost, he has the ability to run you down under tower. But since you took Ghost, now you have the ability to kite it out. Like when we talk about Tryndamere's identity, like whether he beats you in the 1v1 or not, like what does a Tryndamere usually want to do mid to late game?
He wants to auto you. He wants to split push when he's not being seen.
Yup, that is
And
that's exactly
it's
it.
it's like in the league cinematic. Ash wasn't there because he was off splitting.
Yup, split push. That is it. That is exactly right.
Yeah,
He's a split
got
push
cut out.
champion.
He got
So
cut out by a kindred in the cinematic.
I actually think
Yeah,
I think it's great that you want to build Heartsteel into this because the thing is like if you're too tanky for him to dive you, and then you build a Tiamat for wave clear and you just clear waves and sit under tower, he can't do anything all game. And then as soon as you clear the wave, you can pop off to the fight and then back and then get back to lane and stop his split push still. So I think that like the if these runes and these summoners were intentional, I think that's really
they
good.
are.
I also
Also,
think yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
one more thing about my plan going into this. I saw grasp and I was a little confused. So
Yeah, that
I
is
tried to take
weird.
short trade. I tried to take short trades with him and not give him a chance to trade back really. Um, my CS, I was more focused on CSing, but I was splitting my focus a little bit. One more thing, sorry. I take fleet. I've been
Mhm.
testing runes a lot.
Mhm.
So I personally don't like the new PTA because it only buffs your damage, and the duration of the fight is often less useful to me than a time limit because
I think Fleet or
I'm not.
Grasp is
Yeah,
definitely the way to go.
fleet or
I
grasp.
also think that if you're going to be playing um, if you're going to be playing Heartsteel in general, you should be going Grasp. Okay, so let's talk about
Okay,
this.
okay.
There's some
I'm kind of curious about that after this.
great stuff to go over here. Okay, so you're shoving. It's pretty even. It is what it is, right? He eased through here, and he gets a good auto on you. Okay, what
Push my wave.
is the key thing to know based on this wave state right now? It's kind of a quiz.
It's going to start pushing. Wait, how many minions are there?
So
One,
it's
two,
it's
three. Two
definitely
melee.
pushing
It's
towards you.
pushing my way.
Yep. But more importantly than that,
He's gonna get level 2.
he's gonna get level 2. Exactly. That's perfect.
And I watched this, and I was super close, and I was like, he's gonna get it first off of this minion, so I'm just gonna back up.
Yep, but you didn't. So like you may
I
have
didn't.
thought it, but you didn't do it. So like that's kind of why I just wanted to like pause and go over it. If you realize it, it's great. It's something to correct for the future. And then once he has
Oh
that
my.
level 2 advantage, what you need to do is you need to not walk up unless there's any last hits. Cuz
Okay.
like what happens here, and this happens a lot. This is like a very common thing. It's nothing to feel bad about, right? So like, and it's crazy because you did really well this game, but like, see, we get this last hit, and then we walk back up here. Why are we walking back up?
Oh, I actually don't remember what happened by me walking up here,
That's
but I do
okay.
remember one thing. I do remember when I got chunked down, I was in the mentality of like,
Trade
wow,
back.
that no, not trade back. I was like, wow, that hurt. Time to test out my fleet healing.
Yeah, you can test out your fleet healing without like doing this, because he's got full stacked
No,
Fury.
no, no,
He's
that was
got
not
Ghost.
intentional.
He's got Flash. If this Tryndamere knew what he was doing, you'd be dead right now.
I would be.
You know, like for all intents and purposes, he could just keep autoing you and chase you down here.
I was very surprised by this. I was like, okay, he just decided not to kill me. Sweet.
Yeah, he could have killed you under tower here 100%. But the reason why is because you walked up to trade rather than walking up to last hit, and you didn't respect the level 2 timer. So
Okay.
it's kind of what was going on like way back when we went over things and we talked about like controlled aggression, right? Which was like the third point we kind of talked about. It's like we're being aggressive, which is great, but like what are we getting out of it? Because it's one fleet proc worth potentially tanking the wave and potentially him jumping on you again. No.
No, I was trying to be very careful of that this game and my other games that I played.
You know, so like now we're doing good. We're just slow pushing it out, being very patient. See now, like here's something to realize is like the fleet proc is great, but if you proc, like we'll go back a little bit here. So I'm gonna click on you, just so you can see it. So you proc fleet, you heal about 40, and then you lose 50 health from tanking that wave.
I didn't think about that at the time.
Yep. It's and a lot of people don't. Like proccing fleet on a champion isn't worth it unless you're not going to take minion aggro. Because
Or if I have, sorry. Yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, sometimes when I know I'm going to be traded into, or I'm just trying to bully
Yeah.
them just to shove them out,
You-
I will use my. So I take presence of mind, so I can use my W and E more often
Mhm.
to either. I take a lot of damage from that exact thing you said, so I use my W for that.
Yep. So this is good. We're healing up. We're
Oh,
getting our procs. He's respecting the slow push. You ward. Yes. This is something we talked about last time, right? You just take that extra second just to protect yourself with vision. It's a great job.
I
Use your
will say,
W, you
it's-
get a good trade.
It's 358 in the game right now, and we saw that we had Scuttle. If we didn't have vision on Scuttle, would it have been dangerous to ward there?
No, I think it's great to ward there because the truth is that whether you ward here or not, this wave is pushing towards him. And the fact that he's letting it push towards him should set off like alarm bells in your head, and you should be like,
It was.
is he letting me push towards him because he's baiting me for a gank, or is he letting me push towards him because he's legitimately scared to fight me in the wave? It could be either, right? So doing the defensive thing to protect yourself from dying, totally worth it, right? Now here, this is a mistake.
That I'm backing here
Yes.
without it being shoved.
Do we know? Yeah. Do you know why this is a mistake?
Because it's not shoved under tower, and he's gonna get all these minions for free, and my minions are still dying.
Correct. And if he was
And he
very,
gets freeze it.
if he was very good at the game, he would freeze this. All right, you stop your back. Good.
Yeah, I saw this, and then I thought about it, and then
So,
I
but
decided
you
no.
corrected. You corrected, which is huge, right? And then you get a great trade. Now what you do is you back.
Because it's about to bounce my way. Does it
All right.
stop me? Nice. I remember that.
Now, I don't know if he gets 6 here or not. Let's see.
I remember taking too long to buy items whenever I base, but I think I still
He
got back.
TP'd
I
back.
TP'd.
Yup. Alright, so you could have potentially frozen this wave had you dragged it up before you started autoing it. But
Right.
I see the intent. The intent was to freeze it. I can tell that you were trying to freeze it because you threw your W down, which is something that we talked about last time. So that's great. You're
There was
doing a
actually
lot more
one
wave
more thing I
management.
thought about. There's one more thing I thought about when I did this. My thinking was, I only thought about the number of minions and not dragging them out. When I drag them, I think more about my HP than where the wave is going to be. But also, I remembered that this is a Tryndamere, and he seems to be autoing the wave a lot more than he needs to. So he's
Well,
probably going to push it back my way anyway.
Trindamirs and Trundles, there's a lot of champions that'll do that, just because they have the inherent attack speed. But Trindamirs and Renekton's do that especially because they build up Fury. And the
Yeah, that's
Fury
what I
is
thought.
integral to their kit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they kind of have no choice but to do it. But really good job here, slow pushing instead of just like mindlessly autoing. He lost cannon, he lost, a melee minion off of this, and you built yourself a nice little safety bubble here. See, like
I
that trade into
figured,
the wave, very good, right? You're letting him push into you a little bit. That's fine. You just want to stay healthy enough to where he can't dive you. That's your main concern here.
this is where I was starting to worry about whether or not I should build Titanic Hydra for the wave clear
So
or not.
here, you can't freeze this, right? So this is one of those
No,
instances
I
where
can't.
like we should just let it crash.
This was just me abusing the fact that he was trying to use his rage too much. And I
Right.
figured if he wanted to poke me, then he would have to go through the wave.
Yep.
Because he bought Tiamat.
Yep. Our primary concern right now should just be staying healthy.
Yep.
You're doing a good job. He's going down to Void Grubs. You're just looking, looking, looking. See, now, if this Tryndamere was really good, he would let this wave shove out, and then he would use Ghost to try and run you down. But, obviously
Okay.
doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is good. You're playing very controlled. You're not getting over aggressive. You're not trying to do any, like, crazy fights or anything. Waiting to see where he is. I like this. This is very, very smart, controlled play. Right? Still waiting.
Oh, I totally
Great.
forgot where he was.
Yeah, but that's great patience. That's great patience. That's great to see. Because previously, like in our post VOD when you were running Grasp and everything else in some of those matches, like you in the past, you would have ran up and just started whacking this wave thoughtlessly.
I don't know if I would have ran up and whacked the wave, but I would have hit him after that, and he probably would have dashed it on me again and killed me.
So like,
Actually, one more thing.
go for
Sorry.
it. No, you're good.
Can you back up by like 15, 30 seconds before he dashed out of the bush?
Sure.
I want to see how much damage my shield negated, and how much I would have prevented if I hadn't played shielded there.
It didn't prevent
shield-
anything.
Okay, never mind. My shield doesn't come out instantly. I wish
Yep.
they changed that, but
Yeah.
I struggle to time that correctly. There is a thing I can do where I can buffer abilities with it, but I'm
Mhm.
still not good enough.
Something that we can talk about right here,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I'm gonna tell you about this cannon?
Yeah, that I autoed too early.
No. Throw your Q at it.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right. I
You remember,
save it way
you
too
remember when we talked about that last time, like briefly? Like it's way better to use your abilities in instances like this to secure like not like 70, 90 gold than it is to hold it for 70 mana.
Yeah. I think I just didn't know my damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
But the more you test it, the more familiar you'll get with it. This is good.
exactly.
You get this shoved out,
I
crashes.
think I was sitting
Perfect.
on gold here.
Yeah, no, this is a perfect
Check my
reset.
gold. What did I buy here?
Yeah, you were sitting
Okay,
on
I bought
gold.
steel caps. I bought steel caps and I wanted to see
Perfect
if I could get
buy.
back in time.
Yep, you should buy
what
steel caps.
What are his items right now?
Right now he just has a T-mat.
Right. I saw Tiamat, and now I started to worry a lot more about minions.
See, but here's the thing: is that like, it's weird. It's weird to say, but like your job in this matchup is not to get tower before Tryndamere. Your job is to neutralize him.
Exactly.
You know
I'm
what
just
I mean?
making him waste time.
And just make him sit in lane forever, right? because Tryndamere has to snowball to be useful. So if you keep him matched and you keep him from scaling and like snowballing, you just keep him even, then you're perfect. You're doing your job, right?
Okay.
Like he's tanking this wave. That's stupid, silly. Yup, you're doing a
Oh.
great job just getting
I
damage
missed.
on him.
I was hoping to get his ult up, but I missed the E. I was expecting the dash forward or something.
Yep.
And
Few
I
little
missed it. Who
autos
knows?
here.
I didn't expect his damage here, so I just started running
Yep.
with my.
So
Uh,
you back, you TP, it's fine. Um,
yeah, exactly.
the biggest issue
Uh,
you have here, and we can go back and I can pinpoint it exactly for you.
sure.
So this is where you messed up. Pull, go, 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 go.
Oh, I
Push
used my
this
E on
in.
the wave.
Nope, that's not it.
Okay, I'll just.
Right here. What just happened?
He ghosted, and I took a tower shot through my W.
You should ghost at like the same exact time.
Yeah. I don't think I realized that he ghosted until he autoed me from there.
It's weird because it shows your ghost on cooldown, but like had you already used it?
No. I think it was up at the time. That's just a spectator bug.
Yeah, it's a spectator
I'm pretty
bug.
sure I used it to get out, actually.
Well, no, you didn't. You used it like you didn't use it.
That was just fleet speed.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know
just
where
fleet
I don't
speed.
know where it is, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's up because you hadn't used it prior. But let me go back like let me let me go back like quite a ways. Oh, okay. It's up
Wait.
right now. Let me see. Let me see here. Did you
Wait,
use
did I
it
just
in this
fat
little
finger
fight?
it? Let me see if I just fat finger that I might have. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think I
used it
was.
here. Used it here to kite him out. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Once your ghost is down here,
Yeah.
you
I'm
have
kind of.
you have to respect him more. Like I think it's fine to get this wave in, but once this wave's in, you should be backing off.
Okay.
Because you have no more sums, right? So even if Tryndamere's not the issue, do you know where the jungler is right now? Like you have a ward.
No, I just got super cocky with the ward,
Yeah,
and
you
then I
have a
forgot that
ward,
I have no more move speed.
but you have no more move speed, you don't have your ult, you don't have your E, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna dive this guy and kill him. His ult's still up.
No, it's kind of coin flip. Now my HP is just a time buffer.
Yeah,
Because my
this
HP
is
lasts longer
you're
than my
you're
cooldowns.
looking at just these. You know, like you're
Yeah.
looking at just the HP as the resource, and you're forgetting about the sums and the
Yeah.
ult and the jungler. And that happens. That happens. It's totally okay. It's just kind of something to start putting in your mental stack to kind of like keep tracking. Is like, okay, this guy's low, but is it like, can I actually kill him? Because the answer here is no.
I think I just went for poke. I wasn't sure whether I should back at the time.
That's
And
fine, but something to think about here, and this is something I make this mistake on Urgot all the time because I'm a ranged top laner, kind of like Thresh is a ranged top laner. So it's like I'm just gonna poke him, and it's
who
like,
would ever do that?
does the poke get you anything?
It
Not.
gets you a quick trip to back to base.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like he's gonna get Fury and he's gonna heal back any autos you do to him.
Exactly.
So it's negligible.
I
It
think I
applies
saw
like
this.
some good mental pressure, I guess. Oh, he even fat fingered his. Yeah, like if this Tryndamere had half a brain, he dives you here. He
Yeah, he
he just
should.
he hits ult, he E's through you, you're dead. He walks out, he Qs, he's alive.
That's why I backed all the way up, because I thought this is how far I would need to
Yep.
escape.
And it's good. It's good that you back there and you don't stay for some sort of like, I'm gonna try and cheeky outplay.
I think I just underestimated his healing.
You
and it
TP
made me
back.
realize
Thank
how much I
goodness
need.
you got the cannon first before you just went after him. That's good to see.
Yeah, I didn't. I just figured he has escape tools. I can't get him. He's not open without a minion wave.
Right? You
And then
see
Graves came.
you see Graves
and-
coming. You back off. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Continue
my
to get the wave. He's wasting more and more time. But do you see how like this is a great example of kind of what we talked about like with the controlled aggression and everything else is like he's gotten 2 plates, but he's only 200 gold ahead of you. Like you're doing a very good job at just taking your time and scaling rather than like the super aggressive Thresh top play we kind of saw before.
Yeah.
And you're
I'm
not
not put.
playing aggressive when Viego's not on your side of the map. Like, you're paying attention to the weak side, you're going down and warding before you shove out. All really good things.
I don't think I've paid attention to my jungler much. I only paid attention to the enemy jungler.
I think backing here is a little greedy. Um,
Yeah.
because you have a cannon wave coming in, but I know you wanted your heart steal, so like I get it. I don't think it's the
I
worst thing in the world. I think if it's not a Tryndamere with grasp, he doesn't take the tower there. You know, like, but it's just kind of the matchup.
yeah, this is where I started to realize just how much wave clear he has. And
Yeah,
I started to think about that again. That's what I mean. I just didn't know how fast he pushes wave. So
yeah.
now I started pushing like crazy so I could join the fight in time without him taking another full tower.
Well, the other thing that's good about this matchup is he doesn't have any CC. Okay, so let's talk about
Yeah,
this.
that's
Let's go back a little bit here. All right, so there's a so you I'm gonna go back even a little bit more. Okay, so here, let's talk about kind of the macro that's playing out here in real time. All right, so you're hard shoving this wave. What's your plan as you hard shove this wave?
My plan is I don't want to stay for tower. I don't know where my laner is, and oh, I see this somebody on drag or on. Sorry, I didn't see him yet. I now pan over as I see this, and I come and join.
Okay, so the interesting thing here is like if we go back, as soon as you crash this wave, you should be leaving. And the
Yeah,
reason why specifically is very champion specific. You don't have demolish,
I
right?
don't have demolish. I don't have Titanic. I don't have Hullbreaker or
Yeah, so
anything
you
yet.
can't do anything to this tower. So as soon as you crash this wave, you should start roaming down. I think even just like walking up here is kind of bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of one of the things where what we talked about making a plan. It's like, all right, once I shove this wave, what do I want to do? I could take tower, but can I really take tower? No. I could go down to Rift, or I could back off. Well, you don't need to back off, so this is kind of X'd, right? Because you don't have any gold to spend. Can't take tower, so that's kind of X'd. That's the right decision.
Okay. I
It's
think I
just
think
just
right.
something to think about.
I think a lot of times when it comes to making a plan, the biggest issue is I don't get the info in time that I should.
Yeah, I think also sometimes like you can make a plan without the information. Like even if you didn't see them here at all, you can still, you know what I mean? Like you can still act in a optimal way. Because even if you didn't see him here, you know that Grubs is up, so it's worthwhile for you to walk down and check it, since your
And I did see
Viego's like
that,
on his way.
and I saw that our our ADC and support are mid lane, so like people were geared to come
Yep.
if there was a fight.
Okay, and then you go back top lane to shove this back out. Make sure Tryndamere misses even more because he's hanging
Yep.
out mid. Yeah, this is perfect. You're hard shoving. Great. Right. Going mid here is not really going to accomplish much
No,
because they've already got the
I don't.
tower. See,
I
now
don't
that you
see
have a
anything
cannon
good.
minion, this makes sense. Right?
I think I wanted to see if I could do the damage. Did I have here's my point here.
So, unironically, this is going to sound kind of crazy. Um, I think I'm gonna slow this down. It's gonna sound nuts when I say it. I think as soon as you auto here and auto there, I think you channel TP.
TP.
I
Oh right,
think you
yeah, I
TP
forgot.
out. All right, let's see
I
though.
just WTP.
Yeah, let's see. It's after channeling. Yeah, it takes you 4 seconds to get out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you would have made it out if you just
Okay.
TP out right there.
I did not think of that on the
It's
spot. I was just thinking, oh,
that's
I'm
a
dead.
that's a very high level like mechanical thing to do, right? Like that's very
Okay.
much like a you don't even see it in Emerald very often, but like in Diamond and above, you'll see people do that all the time. They're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," and then if there's no hard CC that can stop the channel, they're like, "Bye," and they just leave.
I
It's
guess
the
that just comes down to knowing the enemy damage at that point.
yeah. Well, and it's also like you see TFs do it all the time. Just like running away, and then they're just like alt, and they just jump, right? Same thing with Rise. It's
I'm kind of curious what my armor was at the time.
Probably pretty good. Um,
Okay.
and we're like, I mean, honestly, I think that you played this really, really well. Is there anything else you wanted to like go over with this? Like, did you
Yeah.
like?
I
Is there any big team fights or anything you want to look at? Because as far as
yeah.
laning, this is way better than it was. You can still see the areas of opportunity, like pay it. I think the things to build on now is when we're talking about like aggression and windows of aggression, we need to consider level advantage, wave aggro, and tracking summoners, right? Because like you're definitely better with the windows of aggression. Excuse me, but those are like the three little micro aspects of that point that still need to be developed. Um, in terms of making a plan, I think that you're doing a lot better pregame and sticking to it, right? Like you see that across the whole laning phase. I think now it's just planning before you get the information, right? Like, what do I want to do after I shove this wave? And then as you get more information, you can always go, actually, no, I changed my mind, right? But making a plan as you're, because when you're shoving a wave, it doesn't take a lot of mental effort, you know what I mean? So take that downtime to kind of think about your next steps.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I should write
I,
some of
I
these
wanted to check
down.
out the team fights because I remember this
Sums,
game, the laning.
levels.
Here, I'll just do this.
Uh, no, you're good.
Okay.
I'm just blocking this in the video on the screen so that way later on you can see it. And
Okay.
then the second one is planning ahead. And then as far as the third one goes, like tilt, I think you're doing a lot better because like previously that I would have seen that trend go on to you, and then you would have gotten probably a little upset, and you would have tried to trade back, like out of an aggressive emotion. Whereas like
Yeah.
now the Tryndamere trades onto you, and you're like, oh, that was bad, okay, and you just move on, which
Exactly.
is
That's
perfect,
exactly what that was.
which is perfect. Like that's the biggest mistake you see in a lot of lower elo games. Is like people are like, oh, I can't believe that guy disrespected me like that. I gotta put some respect on his name. And it's like, no, 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 no. It's just like you
No,
got shit
my
on,
thinking,
you got shit on. Just take it and walk away. You are only gonna
my
make this worse.
my thinking with this Tryndamere was I won't I'll put he'll put some respect on my name after 2 to 3 items and never fight me again.
There you
That
go.
was my thinking. No,
Okay.
there are very few top laners that can beat me in a 1v1 after 2 to 3 items. It's kind of crazy.
All right. So let's. Where did you want to look at, or what did you want to look at left here?
After I think this game, I just wanted to show you how much better the laning was, and I wanted to take a look at when I joined the team and what I do with the fights.
Okay. So let's try and fast forward to maybe a team fight here.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
I TP in ahead of
perfect
time, just
example.
barely.
Perfect example. Okay, so we see a team fight going down. What items do we have? We have our Thorn
Sorry,
Mail.
one thing. Before this, I readied, I pushed wave, and then I TP'd in because Tryndamere. I was afraid of Tryndamere push
Yep,
here.
you push the wave before you TP. I think that's great. Alright, we get in here.
And then
We're tanking. We're locking people up. Frontlining. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Yep. Nothing
always
crazy.
some
Nothing fancy.
Did I throw a Q here or no? Oh, I just warded. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even see that.
Alright.
I think I just considered the fight won at this point, so I'm
Yep.
just doing whatever. And then I see Tryndamere and I want to go stop him. Oh, and then I saw that my Akali was backing for him, so I just continued
So
with
I
this.
think the here's the most important thing to realize here. Like, so let's go back to here. When we look at the map state, who have you not seen for 20 seconds at this point, 30 seconds at this point?
Tryndamere.
So where do you think he is?
Morgana. I think he's on his way top because bot lane he shouldn't be there.
Yep. Right? It wouldn't make sense for him to be mid. There's no wave. There's 3 people bot. Doesn't make sense for him to be here. Most likely, he's headed topside.
Yeah.
You've only
I
got
think
one incoming spawning wave, so if you don't get out of here soon, nobody's gonna match his split, right? And
I think I only thought you first.
no, you're good.
I was gonna say I only thought about this after I took the blue buff, and then I talked to before I went in on that Graves. I talked to someone, my friend's the Akali. I asked if he's in a position to go catch that wave, and he
Oh,
said yes,
that's
he is.
perfect then.
So I went in for the
Okay,
Graves, and then I killed the Twitch as
got
well.
it. That makes a huge difference. If you're in a duo in this game and you're communicating like the cross map, then that's totally different. That's great. If you were solo in this game, I think that it's different because you can't trust
Yeah,
anybody else to do your job and match the trend, right?
yeah.
But if you're communicating to your duo partner and he's saying, yeah, like absolutely stay there, I've got this, then totally different. Totally different. But good. The fact that you communicated that means that you are mindful of it, right?
Yeah.
It would just be different if you were alone. Now,
I wasn't sure it was. I had no TP here, so I just chose to keep pushing.
okay, that's fine. You have your ghost up, and realistically, unless you get hit with a binding by Lux, it's Graves and Lux. You pop Ghost, you run away, nobody can kill you, right? Because you see Morgana here, you see Twitch here, you see Tryndamere there. So
I'm just curious, what am I items
right now, Heartsteel and Bramble.
right? Okay, so.
Yep, you get the pick on the Graves. That's great. All right.
Oh, that was great. I thought that was
I think it's fine to greed here. I don't
good.
disagree with this at all.
Oh, I
Right?
greeted so hard. This is where I should have backed off. For
Okay, now let's talk about how you live here. It's
Sure.
one
Oh, right, I
thing.
did live.
You tell you don't live here.
No, I don't. Oh wait, no. I thought you said I was living.
Yeah, no, you don't live here. Don't come
First of all,
on.
I should have just let the tower die after getting it to like 1 HP and not bothered with the
I
minions.
I
as
think
soon
it's
as I saw
fine
Morgana.
I think it's fine to finish the tower here, but in this instance, you live if you do one thing. I'm not gonna
I
tell you
ghost
what it
right
is.
now.
What'd you say?
I ghost right now.
You ghost right now, exactly. If you ghost right now and just
I would have died.
run out, you'd be fine. You even if you ghosted right now, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But you just hold it.
I just held it until yeah. Right now,
Like
when I see her,
you've
chasing
got
me,
400 health, man. Use your summon.
Yeah. Yeah, I immediately understood what I did when I did that as well.
That's good.
The moment I got hit by the Q, I was like, if I was a tedious bit faster, like this F button I have,
Yep.
that would have saved me.
Alright, this is fine. We're headed out bot. Okay, we're getting this. Okay, so, do you understand? Alright, so, I'm gonna go back a little bit here. And I just want to do like a little bit of late game macro talk. Okay, so we're coming out of base here. And let's talk about this. What do you see in this game?
I see that first, the three things I was thinking about right, four things.
Okay.
Mid wave is pushed. It's
Okay.
getting ready for drag.
You have mid
Top
prio.
wave,
Drag's
I
coming
have
up.
TP, so I told them right now, I'll run to drag, I'll push out bot, and then I will TP to defend top after the fight.
Yep, if
And
Tryndamere
then-
shows here, you can TP. I completely agree. Now,
That was
some
my
people,
plan. Yeah.
what some people say, and it's conditional, right? So, normally what you want is if you're the, I'm just going to draw Summoner's Rift real quick here. And this is
Yep.
top lane, and this is mid lane, and this is bot lane. So,
Or the luck.
drag is spawning, right? A lot of people say teleport user always goes to the opposite side, right? Unless this wave is already shoved up. If this wave is over here, this is a waste of your time. You should
Yeah.
go directly to the objective, and then, exactly like you said, if Tryndamere starts to do a push, after you've gotten the objective, you TP to match and cancel it, right? A lot of people would say, like, oh, TP always goes the opposite side, and I agree if the wave needs to be pushed out. But by the time you walk up here, this wave's going to be over here, right? So it's just not worth it. Now, what you are doing if you walk up here is potentially somebody comes up to match you, and then as soon as you see them, you
I
TP
just run
down.
away, and what do I do?
You
Right?
you just TP down, and you make this a 5v4. However,
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of the prior. I think that it's better to push out the wave that hasn't been pushed, save your TP to match the split push, and play around this, right? Because now if they send 5 people here like they did, they miss a giant stacked wave top, right? So I guarantee what's gonna happen here. I'm not even gonna look. Yeah, see, no one's catching this wave.
And it still crashes.
Yeah, it still crashes. There's so much gold that they wasted up here. Um, but I mean, we can go back and watch this fight, but overall, what do you think the biggest problem with this fight is?
Where?
This
I
fight
don't
that
remember
happens
what happened.
bot lane here.
We didn't have any vision and there wasn't much to get here. I think I think I should have left right now when I saw the Lux coming.
Yep,
And I even told the Jin, I was like, my bad, should have left when Lux was here.
yep,
And then this right here, when I went for that cannon was great. The moment I saw the Morgana again, I was like, oh no, this is
yep.
over.
Good use of Ghost.
She
Well,
flashed.
the other thing here is that like,
Yeah.
so we should have left as soon as we got everything else, but your Viego's dead right. There's no objective to fight over here. Jin
Yeah.
should just be backing off, you should be backing off, people should be rotating over to Baron, and then you stay bot, just here. Just here, you stay bot here, shoving out and just pressuring and being annoying and being annoying and being annoying until two people show up and then you just TP to Baron. Right?
Right, I do remember. I was just with Jin to babysit him because people were trying to kill him. And then as soon as I saw the Lux, I was like, should I leave? I don't know if I should leave. And then I saw the Morgan, I was like, yep, I should have left.
So the interesting thing is that in League of Legends especially, people are not leaders. They're not leaders, they're followers. If you spam ping somebody, 9 times out of 10 they'll follow you just because like they're not thinking for themselves, especially in low elo. And it happens all the time, even with people who like know. You'll see people and they're like, I know I shouldn't have followed that call. They were just spam pinging me and I got pressured into doing it, right? Like,
Yeah,
so like the thing is like here, if you think that Jin should be leaving here, you should walk away. And
yeah.
9 times out of 10, the Jin will follow you. And if he doesn't and he dies, that's fine. It's still better to give up 1 kill than 2.
Yeah, and he should still be able to take a W if he does overstay.
Yeah. So then the Akali goes in, everybody dies, right? That wave crashes top, that's fine.
I pinged the Viego off mid.
Yep. I completely agree with your Viego here, and your team is trolling. Do you know why your team is trolling?
They gave up mid push.
Let's go
No, I don't.
way
I don't
back.
remember.
I'm gonna kind of look at this, and this is something that's good for like everybody to realize because this happens with so many people. Okay, so right now, as the game stands, before anybody died bot lane, all right, you guys have a 5k gold lead.
League of Legends.
Okay,
Gameplay.
you're way stronger. This should be your primary concern. If you 5v5 over this and people don't just like int, you should win because your team is just default stronger. It's 24 to 16. Now, I'm not even going to look at like anything happening on the map. I'm just going to speed this up and hit play. Watch this gold. Watch this game. Watch what happens.
Oh no. Number went up so much. 3K in like.
Oh,
4K.
keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Jesus.
Now do you see why low elo games are hard?
Yeah. Oh wow, they're ahead of us. No, no, they are ahead of us at this point.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
right?
And then the Tryndamere split pushes as well.
Yep.
And oh wait, I think I killed him here. Did I not? Oh, actually, go back.
Now
I
you
wanna-
guys
I wanna-
get 4th Drake, but like, do you see what happened?
between that time that should never have happened. I don't even remember what happened actually. What did happen?
I mean, we could go back and I can tell you all that happened in this entire, like, from here all the way to here is just you guys running around fighting over nothing. You're not
Yeah,
fighting
I don't
over
even-
drag. You're not prepping waves to shove. It's literally just people running mid and running bot and fighting for no reason.
I just don't remember that section of the game at all.
Yeah.
I just remember that we siphoned a massive part of our lead to them. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
But like that's something that's important to pay attention to because this game could have been over at 30 minutes had you guys just gone and baroned at like 24 minutes. But instead, you goofed off and now like this game is just a fiesta, right? This game's a total coin flip.
Actually, I do remember this. The only survivor with Baron buff was the Karma at this point.
Yeah. Now you guys get a really massive fight here mid. You get
And
that.
then I go. Never mind. I thought I was gonna go top.
I do not agree with this TP.
No, TP. Where? Oh, bot. Yeah, I wait TP here.
Yeah. This isn't a threat. Because, like, unless Tryndamere shows up bot lane, you don't need to TP here. I think you just,
I just
stay with your team and protect them.
Okay. I was just trying to make most use of Baron, and I wasn't sure what the right call was.
You don't have Baron.
What? Oh, right, this was after the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember that I don't have Baron now, because I just forgot.
Now you do shove this in, and you do get a tower, but like that's kind of lucky. You know what I mean? That's not like.
Yeah, if anyone had come on time, the tower wouldn't have fallen, even if I would have gotten the minions, and I might have even died for it.
Yeah. All right, we're playing. You're going bot to match that. Your team is playing around Baron, but here's the more important thing.
I don't have TP.
You don't have TP now. Yes, you got it. Right on the money. Right on the money.
So I started running because I didn't have
Which
it.
is smart. It's what you should do, 100%. Now you get Baron here.
And then we just ping Baron that we get it now.
Yep. And then
we bully them, and then we
fine.
just push the end.
Yep. I think right now it's kind of hard for you guys to end as like the Karma Thresh. You need the rest of your team. Your team is coming. That's fine. Now you're playing around Elder. That's fine.
And I was just zoning them off.
Oh god, this is terrifying.
This is such a coin flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it. Well, we won anyway. We're just better.
So here's the thing though. Is like, do you want to know what the problem with this Elder play is?
Break it down for me.
So the problem with this Elder play is that all of you have Baron and none of you are influencing the waves. You don't need 4 people here or 5 people here. All you need is vision. And then what you do in this kind of situation from a macro standpoint, it would be even better if you weren't here at all and you were top lane. Somebody pushes top, somebody pushes mid, somebody pushes bot. Once you've pushed up to this line and you've pushed them back into their base, then you turn around and you do Elder with tempo advantage.
Would it be better for me to push this bot wave and rejoin, or just TP top instead?
Well, let's see. I think what would be best right now, like if we're right here, I think what would be best, let's see. Let's go back a little bit further. I think what would be best right now is if you start walking top right now. Right?
Yep,
Open up.
Just TP down.
Open up another point of pressure because you have TP advantage and they don't. Right?
Okay.
And this is like we're talking past laning phase. This is like more advanced macro mechanics, right? To like close out games. But if you walk top here, someone's forced to come up. Viego's already bot side. They're both coming out of base. They send 1 or 2 people top. Elder's guaranteed. But what happens is, and this happens so much in low elo games, is they go, hey, we want Elder, so we bring 5 people to Elder, right? If 5 people move Elder and bot side of the map, what's the enemy team going to do?
They're going to try to contest you.
They're going to send 5 people to Elder to the bot side of the map. Because if this is the map, right, and we have 5 here, right, it's like having a multiple choice question in school, you know, but rather than it being like a 1-3 or a 1-4 or a 3-2. Instead, it's just 5, 5, 5, right? There's nothing to figure out. There's no quiz on the enemy team. The enemy team's like, well, I guess we send everybody to Elder because everybody's an Elder. You're not giving them the opportunity to mess up.
Yeah. One more thing. If I
Hmm.
if I were to, I think I saw this fight, and I know I just wanted to join the team so I could provide utility. Would
Uh-huh.
it have been better if I just TP top to fix the mistake at this point
No.
before the fight started?
No, no, no. You're already down here, so you commit to it, right? Like,
Yeah, that was my thinking.
yeah, yeah. I- It's better to make a bad call together than to try and fix it halfway through and salvage.
Yeah. I think I saw this and I didn't want to bother pushing any waves, come back fully
Now this
TP.
is,
That was a waste. I realized it immediately.
yeah, yeah, okay, great, good. Then we don't need to talk about it. Because the thing is there's no other pressure out on the map, so it's kind of just a waste of your summoner.
I think I remember why I did that. The same thing I wanted to do before the dragon fight started. At first, I got away from the fight. Then I took 8 seconds to recall.
Man,
Then
it's
I
crazy.
walked out of base. Then I TP top. Like a
Oh
full
my
minute has
gosh.
passed. That's what I'm. Anyway, yeah, that was the plan. I
Um,
just did it way late.
I think it's probably fine to call it here. The interesting thing is, I know you said you wanted to look at some team fights, and we looked at them a little bit, but like what's more important, excuse me, late game, less than team fighting mechanics is macro, right? Like
Okay.
it's what closes out games 100%. Because like I was coaching someone the other day in jungle live, and he was like, "Dude, we can't end the game. We're so ahead." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna show you how to end the game." He was like, I can't just end the game. I was like, "Yes, you can. Trust me." He was playing Lilia, and I was like, "Go bot lane, shove out that wave to the tier two, and then just walk away and run to Baron." And he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, do it." He was like 6-1 on Lilia. Goes bot lane, shoves the wave, starts running straight to Baron. In 5 seconds, three people show up bot because they're trying to kill him because he's got a shutdown. Because they're like, "Oh, dude, Lily's bot lane. We're gonna catch her. This is gonna be huge." And by the time they get bot lane, his team's halfway done with Baron. And then they get Baron, and then he's like, "Well, now what do I do?" I was like, "Do the same exact thing." Goes bot lane. Three people show up bot lane. One of his teammates is mid. Two of his teammates are top. They take three towers. And then he just runs away. And he's like, "Dude, this is ridiculous." And I'm like, this is what macro is. You open up 2, 3 points of pressure, and if you have a lead and you don't die, you don't throw it, right? The team has to react to all these different decisions. And a lot of times when you're in lower elo, they implode. The enemy team just implodes because number one, they don't know what the right decision is most of the time, so they make the wrong decision. And then number two, they all start yelling at each other. Because you've been in those games and you know exactly what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Like someone runs bot to help and you're like, "You should have been mid," and they're like, "No, you should have been top," and then it's just keyboard warriors for 5 man. Like,
Yeah.
and then you win the game.
And then you have a dragon player in your game, and everyone shuts up because he's the
Um
biggest keyboard warrior. And
yeah.
then he gets
So,
cat banned, and it all comes back again.
I think that I definitely think that I see improvement. I think that those kind of points we talked about earlier are some like micros to work into the main points that we talked about previously. And now we can kind of start working on like more of the macro sense of like understanding how to open up 2 points of pressure on the map and how to manage waves correctly. You're already doing it a little bit. It's just kind of doing it to a higher degree. Um, I guess a good question for you, just to kind of like as we wrap up here, do you feel like what we've gone over and like do you feel like the sessions have helped?
Yeah, I feel like I came back this time because I felt like I'd resolved the things you brought up last time, and I was ready to move on to the next step. Like I just got on, I had a great time, and I popped off, and I was like, yeah, this is content I would like to show someone.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly the most important thing is that like you're playing something you like and you're having fun doing it because it doesn't feel out of your control anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
I have
great.
that sometimes when I play meta champs, and I feel like it's out of my control despite me playing a meta champ. With this, I'm like, I know my damage, I know my tankiness, and I know that at 3 items I'm gonna be a menace, so I
Yep.
can just wait.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad that you feel like it's working. I think that this was another really good session. And I think I'm probably gonna call it there and clip this recording.